It's a magnificent aircraft in so many ways, and it's profoundly changed our Air Force at a particular time when our nation needed it.
During the 1950s, Air Force operated a few Dragonfly and Sycamore helicopters, but it was not until 1962, when the UH-1B Iroquois arrived, that the full capability and flexibility of a modern helicopter became available to the RAAF.
The advent of a modern helicopter into the Australian Air Force was a really spectacular change. Suddenly we were on the ground, in amongst the reeds, in amongst the trees, with the soldiers.
In 1964, 5 Squadron deployed to Malaysia during the Indonesian confrontation. And in April 1966, 9 Squadron deployed to Vietnam. 5 Squadron returned to Australia to train aircrew for the conflict. Australian Hueys would serve in Vietnam until November 1971. The aircraft entered service with the US Army in 1961 as the HU-1, hence the popular nickname Huey. In 1962, the designation was changed to UH-1. It was the first helicopter to be powered by a jet turbine engine. Designed as a medical evacuation and utility helicopter, troop support would also become an important role. 2 9 Squadron Hueys were critical to turning the tide of the Battle of Long Tan, dropping D Company 6 RAR essential ammunition from treetop height and later evacuating the wounded and enemy prisoners. In combat and medical evacuation, helicopter crews were often descending from above into the unknown.
So our loadmasters often had to deal with most difficult of circumstances. Now, often we'd be sending them down through the jungle, and in doing so they were often deeply involved in the emotions of the moment and in recovering and confirming the life or death of people on the ground.
When the RAAF purchased the powerful H-model Iroquois, the size of the detachment in Vietnam increased to 16 aircraft. The newer aircraft could transport larger loads over longer distances. The first Australian gunship, nicknamed Ned Kelly, was built with weapons from US wrecking yards, bartered for slouch hats and beer. Eventually 4 official bushranger gunships were constructed, equipped with rockets, door guns and rapid-firing miniguns. All white RAAF UH-1Hs with UN markings served with the United Nations Emergency Force as peacekeepers in Egypt in the late 70s and in the Sinai in the early 80s. They also provided search and rescue support.
So what you saw was a deep entanglement of Air Force and the people of Air Force with the society that we're serving. And that's what really the helicopter changed. We were suddenly part of our community in a very intimate way.
In 1986, the Australian government decided to transfer all combat helicopters, including the RAAF Hueys, to the Army, where they would continue to serve for many years. In 1991, a Huey delivered in 1968 clocked up 10,000 flying hours, a remarkable feat for an aircraft designed as a throwaway light utility helicopter. On the 21st of September 2009, the Army retired the last of the UH-1s after nearly 40 years of service.
Never enough fuel. You're always closely associated with someone who just wants to do one more thing that you've not got enough fuel for, but if you don't do it, someone's going to die. It's always a passionate experience. And the occasional day when it's a blue sky senior officer flying day and lots of fuel and safe terrain under me was a beautiful thing.